Welcome to Your Known Unknown, where Source and I will help to shed light on what's unknown for you. This is going to be a spread for fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is going to be for the full moon coming up the next few days, which will be in Leo, affecting all Leo placements anywhere in your chart. Look up your chart. It's good to know. The only way to access answers is to know thyself, so make sure you know thyself. We're going to pull some tarot cards for us today and see what kind of message Spirit wants us to see. Dive in as deep as we're supposed to dive in. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's into it. Let's pull some cards for fire signs today. Been having the darndest time starting this reading. Meditated beforehand, and as I'm meditating, nose gets stuffy. It's not very fun. So my apologies for sounding nasally. We're going to work through it, just as we work through it all. Angel spirits, ancestors, universe, source. Show us what we need to see for the fire sign family for this full moon in Leo coming up. Just hearing sixes right off the bat. Sixes for fire signs. Let's see what energies we're stepping into. What doors are opening up? What needs to be illuminated for this bright and shining moon? Fire signs. Maybe there's something keeping you awake at night that you're not wanting to let go of. Something that you're not wanting to let crumble, as the Tower reversed is saying. Or the Tower reversed and the Nine of Swords. It's just perpetual fear. Not fear, but, lots hanging on there. Fear of losing your power, fear of losing your connection. Maybe you felt like you were too greedy and things around you are starting to crumble. We're going to pull them out. Read them more in depth here in a minute. Thank you, Spirit. Oh. Chaos. Okay. One more. Show me one more here. Which way do you want it? Okay. feeling a little flighty about yourself, about your actions, about your thoughts, about what you gotta do to make moves, and you don't want to make those moves, but you think that nothing will change if you don't change, but that's just not the case. I feel like maybe you're starting to see that if you don't make choices, things eventually make choices for you, and that at the same time, your thoughts do kind of create your reality. As they create your reality, they kind of co create how you feel about it, and they get to know you. That's kind of where your power lies. But you're not going to be able to focus on where your power lies if you're focused too much on what you're like letting go of or not letting go of, which you're resisting letting go of. It's kind of like your mind wants to wander somewhere that your consciousness isn't letting it wander to, and it really wants to wander. It really wants to stray away from where you're currently thinking from. You're currently thinking from this place of thinking that having a grip on your power is going to ultimately give you control of your power, but that's not how this is playing out. How this plays out is you release and let go of your judgment on yourself, your self-critical your idea of karmic belief. Let go of it, because that's just like self-critical to a human degree, and that can manifest in varieties of ways. That can crystallize in varieties of ways. Like, where you've been is where you've been. Who cares? But it's like giving away, hiding the love that you have to offer out of a place of safety, probably. But let's see, how are you feeling? These ones here, we're feeling energy. Place of self-judgment. Oh, maybe this lack of self-judgment. Yeah. This, like, negating focus on your self-awareness. You think that you have power, but you really don't. And the doors of this full moon, what you're allowing to release in, basically, because that's what you do on full moons. It's time to shed light, shine light on that which this cycle is offering. This very self-passionate fire sign to fire sign kind of support that is happening, especially being afflicted with the moon. So fire, self-passion, self-love, self-expression, connectivity, care, all of the above wants to come through. Really, you are your only blockage with that which wants to come through. and you let it through enough once and it starts to overpour. That's all I'm hearing there. However, we have the Three of Cups as towards what you're feeling within, where you can step it up within these energies. Kind of more connection with, like, balance and connection with aspects of yourself would be doing such good justice for you. That can really be achieved if you delegate where your loving energy, your energy of love, is being placed, where your self-love energy is being placed, whether that be with other people or, to try to offer to fill your cup up, or if you are offering yourself love in varieties of ways. But if you can really hone in and not be afraid to express love to yourself, let alone receive love, even by giving it. If you can really just like step into that fully, a lot of healing takes place, a lot of movement takes place, and this Tower reverse doesn't want to sit as a reverse so quickly anymore. It wants to really flip around, move out of the way, and start building a new tower. The flame on my candle is so big right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How we're navigating through this King of Pentacles with confidence, with stoic confidence, with steadfast confidence, with earned confidence. There is no moving the King of Pentacles. Are you serious? None. He's even got vines holding him to the ground. We want to sit in our power. We don't want to try to... You don't want to try... Like, you can't try to make power for yourself. You can't really give yourself real amplification of your energy. You just kind of have to start taking better habits and better care of yourself and doing better routines, working on changing belief systems, upping yourself. That's all you got to do. You have to work on yourself. You have to develop yourself, and that's how you curate energy and power and connection to the universe. You better yourself, and within that you do it to these different virtues that really connect and resonate to you as a being. You sit in that King of Pentacles energy of knowing, of connectivity. Dreams can go all over the place, don't they? You want to change how you think. You don't want to think like, ooh, I've got power. I know what I'm doing. Who is this putz talking to me on this screen? I know what I'm doing. Yeah, but the cards say that you think you know what you're doing, but some things are going to really shine light if you ask, if you allow it. This is your message. It's meant to find you if you find this, But if you so choose to accept these cards, these energies are saying that you get an opportunity to shift your thoughts. If you just shift your thoughts, this Tower reverse really flips the script real quick. Well, gosh, I can just not breathe out of my nose right now. Fire signs. I had a fire going. I have like 4 candles, 5 candles. I had my flame going, my heater going. It's been a very go-getting day today. How are we feeling about these ones here? How are we here? So we're starting a new process of emotional understanding. That's what we want to do, right? We want to understand that the humility, the humbleness, the boredom, the integrity, the honesty to self, and authentic honesty, right? Which in return you live and act honestly to other people. You say what you mean and mean what you say, right? We start working on these different morals, virtues, aspects of self, developments of self. Why not? You start to get different codes and keys that way. The more you meditate, the more you practice things that are esoteric, exoteric. But you don't even have to practice anything that's spiritualistic or esoteric. You can just practice your crafts, your craft. Start to think more about your craft. Really dissect it mentally. Shift your thoughts from your pride to your passion. That's a good trick for Leo. Take the things that you're really cocky about or really proud about, and build from there. Work from there. Jump off of that and direct and shift your passion into new passions, new Ace of Pentacles, whatever that can be, new projects, new aspects. Man, it can even go as inward as shifting what you find to be appropriate at laughing about when it comes to social interactions and I'm just getting so many different personality traits right now, but so many different personality traits. Whoa. I just got extremely lightheaded from that. Tap into a new passion. Tap into a new project. Tap into a new 1% progress. A new department, a new field. Maybe you focus solely on financial. Maybe you focus solely on health. Maybe not solely, but majority on health and fitness. Maybe you focus more on creativity or like cooking or basic comfort survival. I don't know, cooking, gas, making sure your day is puzzled together perfectly. Prayer, blogs, writing a book, things like that. Okay, so now you do these projects, now shift it to a new project. I feel like that would do something really well. I feel like this is going all over the place. So what do we need to watch out for? I have a feeling it's going to be overthinking. What demons, angels, spirits, guides, ancestors show me what we need to see. Page of Swords. Just overthinking. Just exactly what I was just doing. Right there. The what ifs, the should be's, the not ends meeting, the I had this great idea, but then this idea just keeps flowing and it doesn't go anywhere. You haven't written it down, and then you forgot exactly what it was that you were thinking about a minute ago, and it was a good idea and it was noteworthy nonetheless. Doesn't mean that you'll always go back to it. You can do anything, you cannot do everything. But it's easier on your mind, especially in the long run, if you can get things out of it and write it down so you don't overthink it and stress it out as a subconscious kind of safety net for losing a really good thought or idea or a memory. Like it wants to overthink so it can remember what you're talking about, thinking about a minute ago, when really it'd be easier to just go write it down. Boom, your brain doesn't stress out so much anymore. You don't lose so much hair. Right. Also, short reactive thoughts. Reactive thoughts is the key word there. But shortly reactive, thoughtful thoughts. Things that come out hard, loud, and volume turned up, or intensity turned all the way up, whether you meant it or not. That's a good demon to watch out for. That lashing out, quick reaction, not responding. I'm hearing you are on the right path, so just be wary of like feeling like you got to start a new life or anything like that. It's not that dramatic at all. There's just this sense of not stressing out about what's happening around you and really letting it just hone in and giving the energies of the moon full speed ahead to throw you to the wolves and let them in. Let the energies shift you. Let the tides and the ethers shift around you and create this new reality that you exist through. It's very much a efficient ride, we should say. It's a very efficient ride. Ugh. Can we just breathe out my nose, please? Like with self to self, like be careful of shutting aspects of yourself down so hard just to be your ego, you know? And I'm not saying like to be your ego, I'm just saying to be you. You are your own ego. You, when you make the right decisions out of integrity, that's when you show and exemplify aspects of your higher self and what that decision making as a being would be and act like. But let's just say as our natural default, we're our ego. This is what my ego would be. My ego would probably be doing some other little more primal things, I'd assume, but you know, that's for another video. So, be careful of letting your ego self, that which you are perceived as by the world, so you think, your perception of how you think you're perceived by the world, don't let that one kind of shit on the other one so loudly. Be kinder with it. They'll want to start to work together. That's kind of the important factor there. We're not saying be different than you are. I'm saying be fuller and more present than what you're currently functioning and operating as. Be more present, be more in the present, be more grounded in the present as your emotions learn to work with each other and communicate and fire signals and receive more intrinsically like this, as opposed to firing off at different, you know, they're just not resonating. We want them to just kind of like that. How you do that is balancing them. How you balance them? First off, quick access, accept them. How you accept them? Well, to each their own. But you gotta sit and be silent. You just have to get to know your thoughts. You gotta take some time to trust yourself. I know it sounds a lot bigger than really like one night can offer, but yeah, it is bigger. But yeah, that practice is well worth it, and that practice is well worth it for fire signs, especially as what this full moon is wanting to shed light on, wanting to show and illuminate to you that there's more to you even than this ego that you've gotten to know. Even wherever you're at on your path, on your awakening journeys, on this life cycle, wherever you're at, there's even more to you than you're willing to give yourself this credit for, that wants to present itself, that wants to shine forth, that wants to start to spark with this light. We're in the age of Aquarius. It's Aquarius season. Like, this is a very powerful start for the whole next decade, 2 decades to come. It's a whole new era, a whole new age that we're in. And just because we kind of stopped really, love bombing it as a society, or really glorifying it, you can't forget what you fell in love with in the past. You go, cut it out to the curb so quickly once you get bored with it. No, we're still stepping in this age of Aquarius. We're still experiencing new lifetime, brand new cycles for the first time ever. These things. This is huge. It's huge. Like, I'm out of breath explaining how huge this is. Don't forget, just because it's already been a month or two, yeah, whatever, it's not so cool or exciting anymore. Bullshit. It's super exciting still. Especially compared to the whole next decade you're going to experience. If you jump on these energies now, if you get on these cycles now, if you allow your body to break its matrix algorithm and connect into your own algorithmic sense, there's so many ways to say the same thing, that we're all working towards. Yes. But good. You're feeling very, very centered within yourself, within your environment. Like, your environment makes you feel well and comfortable, and I think that that's good. I think that's a place to sit and reside in, especially because I had the Hermit popping out a minute ago. Reside in that place, your environment. Introspect in there. Look at your environment and analyze it. Look at your things and be like, why do I have that? How would I feel if I got rid of that thing? Why do I feel this way about getting rid of that thing? And I'm not saying get rid of those things, but, really like push and pull your comfort level of awareness and where you're at. And do it on your own. Don't let somebody else traumatize it for you. Do it on your own. And ask yourself these deep questions, like, what would it take for me to detach from this thing? How would I have to be okay with that? And then you think about that. Why would I have to be okay with that? If you don't have answers to these questions, or if you can't sit clearly enough and sit calmly and quietly and clearly enough to really trust your answers, light a candle. It would be very good for you, fire signs. Light a candle, drink some water. Make sure you, human being, drink a bunch of water. Tell everybody to shut up and meditate for a little bit. Pray over the candle. Ask the candle to illuminate whatever answers and thoughts you need, boldly, loudly, clearly, effectively, efficiently, perfectly, whatever you want. And just trust, have faith, don't hope, but believe that you're going to give you all of the answers that you need, for you, from you, by you. These are the energies, messages I have for you. If you choose to accept them, we're going to close it out here. Fire signs, I appreciate you. This is more of a egoic transformation that is being presented here. Something more internally that is represented and reflected externally. We're going to take a deep breath and disconnect from this channel. You can take a deep breath if you would like to join and lock in these energies, if you so choose. Through my mouth. I hope this message finds you well. I hope you are doing well. Fire signs, family, bruh. We are complete. Thank you for receiving me. And until next time, much love.